how do we start over? How do we start fresh? In any moment, we can start over completely. And that's that space of no mind. It's the thinking that tells me that there's a past or that there's a future or that there's a self that needs to be concerned about those things. If I'm really present as awareness for that, it lets go, and that spacious sky of awareness, it doesn't know anything because it is everything. And to the degree that being is knowing, like knowledge through identity, it already is. And there's no reason. It's like, oh, we can celebrate now. Oh, now. You don't have to even say, is it now? Just now. We get trapped in our thinking and our emotion that we don't want to feel. The thoughts we don't want to look at and the feelings we don't want to feel. Oh, I did this and I don't want to think about that. Oh, there's that person that I said that thing to, and we avoid them. All these relationships that we have really are mentally generated. And when we learn to be present for it, it can be overwhelming, these thoughts that come in. Oh, what am I going to do about this? What am I going to do about that? And it's really natural for those thoughts to come up. There's a part of us that witnesses that and in a sense says, isn't that interesting? Loving what is. And it could be what we usually consider a very harmful or negative thought. Like, oh, I'm such a moron. Oh, why did I do that? And then we look at it, and there's no self in it. There's just love, loving what is, that which is. There's no thought, no mind. There's reality. Joel Goldsmith called it the infinite invisible. That was his term for what we might call God. The absolute essence of what we are, the infinite invisible. It's really tempting to want to think about that. Even now, what is that? That's not the point. We can think about it. And then there's awareness that looks at that and says, that's ridiculous. It can't be named. Religions have these prescriptions against, quote, saying the name of God, like, oh, don't say it. So they give it names that can't be pronounced or something. It's really just this insight that when we try to name the unnameable and live in the name, that we destroy ourselves. We create wars. Whether it's a small war or a big war, that's where it comes from. The I and my Father are one, the love thy neighbor as thyself, that kind of thing. That's the domain of presence. And it's an awareness of thinking. I experience that all the time. Like, the experience is of some kind of regret, or like, why did I say that thing? Or, oh man, we didn't do that right, or something. It's always some kind of narrative. And it becomes uncomfortable. It's like if the way we're sitting is uncomfortable, we'll move a little bit. You start to notice that the thoughts going on are confining, or there's something about it. And in the moment, we practice. Oh, wow, isn't that fascinating? And it just releases or relaxes. I said in a previous video that the awakened life is like writing on water. Imagine taking a stick and writing something on the water, and it just spreads out and then becomes peaceful again. It's in a sense nothing. The pond is real. The ripples on the surface are just temporary disturbances that go away, and then there's just peacefulness, happiness, fullness. I was told one time of a college professor who, when he was giving lectures, he would notice that the students weren't really paying attention. So he developed the practice of writing with one hand on the chalkboard, like really important information that the students needed to write down and understand. He would write it with his right hand in chalk, and with the left hand he would go behind it, erasing it as he went. So there's maybe a gap of like that much where the students really had to pay attention and write down what was there. It's an interesting technique. It's like that. Thoughts arise, there's a stream of thought, and it gets, in a sense, erased. It's substanceless. It may have a relevance. The relative is the domain of functioning, like the thought, what's for lunch? We would think that's not a bad thought, it's not a good thought, it's just a thought about, what we're going to eat. That dissolves too. It's just then there's this awareness of we're moving toward eating. It's a constant washing away of the dirt in our lives. We just want to feel clean and free. We want our conscience to be free. We want our emotional life to be free, to be happy, carefree, worry-free. And it has to do with noticing the thoughts as they arise and letting them dissolve. And sometimes one will come up that's maybe older. It'll surface from the old days. It'll have layers to it and a certain kind of density. Just be patient with that. Sit with it. That's what these horror movies are hinting at when we have these grotesque monsters. They're just like hidden figures from our closet that were crammed down into some old box that we forgot to deal with when we were children or some other time. All of that can be liberated, can be freed. It's usually some form of I don't like myself or I'm not enough. There's this sense of inadequacy in the self. It's hard to look at. It feels vulnerable. You wouldn't want to talk about it with just anyone because they might seize upon it and try to exploit you. So in this theater of your own mind, your own consciousness, you can practice this. You've got plenty of time. What else is there to do? Thoughts are rising, and we either witness them consciously or we witness them unconsciously, which is to say we're not really witnessing them. We're believing them. We're hearing this voice in our head of thought saying, you're no good, you're no good. And we can just get beaten down from that and let that inform how we live. Or we can just notice it and it's substanceless. Like these glasses. If a voice said, imagine that these glasses are the self, like my self-concept, and a voice comes and says, those glasses are no good. Well, I find that curious. Like, oh, okay, interesting. It doesn't expect you to do that, to actually inquire. Like, oh, huh. And I look at them, try them on, like, I don't know, they seem to be working to me, but thanks for sharing. There's a force behind it of really, I could say, centuries of violence and ignorance and devastation and all of that. On some level, that's true. The way history is, the past sweeps us along into the future and we're sort of beholden to it or something. There's really no such thing. This space of no mind lets us just let it pass by. And then the thoughts that arise have to do with whether something's functioning or not. And the function is to wake up and to love. So whether these glasses work or not, it's just a functional assessment. Everything about it is a mental description. Thought, feeling, sensation, experience, put them down. And I don't need to worry about it. Just put them away. You can start over right now. It's always now. Witness the thought, the feeling, the sensation that seems to be plaguing you, and notice that you're probably judging yourself for doing that, and notice that. And then see if there's some fear about this and some vulnerability. Just feel what you feel. Notice the thought. Notice the feeling. Allow it. If fear comes up, notice the fear. It's really freeing.